There is a question very few traders ever dare to ask themselves. Why do some people trade for a decade and stay completely stuck, while others find consistency after just a few short years? Most people think it comes down to intelligence. They think successful traders have a secret strategy, or they just get lucky. So the struggling trader spends all their time hunting for a home run setup, a new optimized system, or one big leap that will change their life. But the market doesn't reward drama. It doesn't care about your grand plans. What destroys a trader is almost never one massive, catastrophic loss. A trader collapses because of the tiny, invisible things. They enter a trade just a little bit early. They hold a losing position just a fraction too long. They justify a broken rule just this once. These things don't blow up your account in a single day, but they silently accumulate. Today, we are going completely off the beaten path. I'm going to share with you the 7 foundational habits that separate the traders who survive from the traders who self-destruct. Habit number 1 is abandoning the pursuit of perfection and focusing on being less wrong. There is a massive misconception in this industry that you need to become brilliantly better immediately. But the truth is, you only need to make sure you don't become worse each day. In trading, a 1% daily improvement has absolutely nothing to do with making more profit. Improving 1% means you place one less unnecessary trade. It means you force yourself to stop a few minutes earlier when you feel your psychology start to tilt. It means you write one brutally honest line in your trading journal, even if it makes your stomach turn. You see, every time you tell yourself, just this once, I'll hold and hope, you teach your brain that discipline is negotiable. And once your brain knows that your rules are negotiable, it will always choose the path of least resistance when you are under pressure. You don't need to be an exceptional trader to succeed. You simply need to become a trader who refuses to destroy themselves. Habit number 2 is redefining exactly why you are sitting in front of the charts. If you don't know why you trade, the market will dictate your life. Most people say they trade for money or for freedom or to escape a boss they hate. Those reasons aren't inherently wrong, but they are dangerously shallow. Why? Because money creates intense motivation, but it also causes rapid collapse. When your self-worth is tied to this chart, you stop trading and start reacting. You hold because you refuse to admit you're wrong. You average down to prove you're right. Mature traders treat the market completely differently. They don't look at the screen and ask, how much money will you give me today? They treat every single session as a mental training ground. They ask, what am I training today? Is it my discipline, my ability to wait, my capacity to accept a loss without anger? When your goal is internal mastery rather than external validation, the market immediately loses its ability to control you. Habit number 3 is mastering the hardest skill in the world, knowing when to stop before greed or fear does the talking for you. There's a habit that will drain your account faster than any terrible strategy, and that is refusing to leave the desk. Think about the whisper in your head that says, just one more trade. That is the exact moment everything spirals out of control. When you win several times in a row, confidence spikes. But that isn't mental clarity you're feeling. It's a dopamine rush that is actively blinding you to risk. On the flip side, when you endure a losing streak, your brain is flooded with cortisol, pushing you into a defensive survival mode where you are trading just to erase your discomfort. Every single tick of the chart, every fluctuation consumes your mental energy. Knowing when to walk away is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate respect for your nervous system. You must stop while you are still clear-headed, while you still have your discipline. You do not wait to stop until your emotions are in ruins. Habit number 4, failure will never destroy you, but how you hide it absolutely will. Every single trader breaks at some point. You might break after a painful losing streak, or after one catastrophic moment where you let go of the steering wheel completely. But what dictates your future isn't the fact that you broke, it's how you face the crack. The natural human reflex is to hide. You hide by writing vague notes in your journal. You hide by blaming market conditions. You hide by rapidly switching strategies so you don't have to look at your own incompetence. But a mistake that you refuse to look at hardens into a habit, and a habit you don't fix becomes your personality. A weak trader isn't someone who makes mistakes. A weak trader is someone who lacks the courage to admit them. Mature traders drag their ugliest, most embarrassing mistakes out into the light. They record their weakest thoughts. When a weakness is exposed to the light, it loses its power over you. Habit number 5 shifts how you view self-control. Most people think discipline is about brute force, a constant flexing of willpower to force yourself to do the right thing. If you use willpower to trade, you will burn out. Willpower is a finite resource that depletes when you are tired or stressed. True discipline is not a weapon you use to attack the market. It is a meticulously designed system meant to protect you from yourself. A robust protective system functions perfectly even on days when you are exhausted or emotional. It works by drastically reducing the number of micro decisions you have to make in a day. You decide your position size, your max loss, and your time limits before the market even opens. If you break a rule, the system should force you to pay a small price and immediately shut you down, preventing a minor slip from becoming a blown account. Discipline isn't a tight leash that chokes you. It is a safe shelter that allows you to operate calmly. Habit 6 might be the most painful realization on this list. The hardest thing to do in trading is absolutely nothing. You will spend the vast majority of your trading career in empty stretches, no clean setups, no clear direction, and this silence is exactly where thousands of traders dig their own graves. Because the human brain despises boredom, it seeks stimulation. When the market is quiet, inexperienced traders feel useless. They look at a tiny, meaningless candle and convince themselves there's an opportunity just so they can feel the rush of being in the game. But the elite traders view silence as a privilege. Boredom is the market's ultimate filter. It flushes out the impatient and the desperate. Not entering a trade is an active, powerful decision. When you stop tying your self-worth to pressing buttons, you will finally realize that sitting on your hands during a quiet market is exactly how you protect your capital for the days that actually matter. And finally, habit number 7, trading is not a story of who moves the fastest. It is exclusively the story of who is still standing when time passes. New traders enter this arena obsessing with speed. They want to prove they are special. But the market doesn't care about your timeline. Being incredibly smart or hard-working won't make the market hand you money faster. It only helps you avoid getting eliminated early. Traders don't usually quit because they lack ability. They quit because they sprint too hard and burn out before their ability even has a chance to develop. They exhaust their mental capital fighting themselves. When you adopt a long-term mindset, your entire reality shifts. A losing trade stops feeling like a reflection of your self-worth. It just becomes a tiny, insignificant data point in a 20-year career. You stop asking, when will I succeed? And you start asking, does my current behavior allow me to still be doing this 5 years from now? Trading is not a race. It isn't a test of your intelligence, and it isn't a shortcut to wealth. It is a brutal, beautiful journey of endurance. The winner at the end of this game is not the one with the most aggressive strategy. The winner is simply the trader who learned how to stop destroying themselves. Take these 7 habits, stop looking for the Holy Grail, and start looking in the mirror. See you in the next one.